Now we get to an issue at the heart of our supply chain troubles across the nation, a desperate need for more truck drivers. According to the American Trucking Association, about 72% of America's freight is transported by truck. But without drivers, the whole supply chain slows down. And the ATA estimates it's going to need to hire 1 million new drivers over the next decade just to keep up. This is a problem growing so big, it has the president's attention. Tonight, News 5's Clay Lepard continues our Help Wanted Ohio series with an in-depth look at the problems facing this industry and what's being done to solve them.
There is freight to move every day, all day long.
At Ploger Transportation in Norwalk, keeping busy isn't a problem.
This is the inside of the cab.
It's the other aspects of running a trucking business that those here say can slow them down.
There's so many drivers retiring that have been in this business for so many years. Definitely more leaving the industry than there is coming in, for sure.
The American Trucking Association estimates that our country is dealing with a historic driver shortage right now of about 80,000 drivers. By 2030, they estimate that number could reach 160,000 drivers. Trucking staffing issues aren't new, but they are seeing a brighter spotlight as other industries have a tougher time shipping goods across the country.
It doesn't just affect one industry or another, it affects all industries.
It's an issue state lawmakers, such as State Senator Nathan Manning, say requires a little more attention moving forward.
This last budget, we were putting a lot of money into trying to attract, young people into truck driving schools with scholarships and grants. It sounds like, that is working to a certain extent. Obviously with COVID and everything else, it's not enough.
On top of an industry-wide worker shortage, owner Tanya Morrow says they're still dealing with another shortage: new trucks.
The supply chain has become a huge issue for us.
Whether it's computer chips or specific parts, Morrow says she's just now getting trucks they ordered a year and a half ago.
They're not complete with all the components that they were supposed to be built with at the factory, meaning, there was maybe a sensor here or there that was short on the trucks, and they're being delivered without those. They'll have to go back to the dealership to get updated once those parts become available.
An industry shortage with no single solution that requires immediate attention to prevent an impending slowdown. In Huron County, Clay Lepard, News 5.
President Biden has his own idea about just how to get more drivers into the trucking industry. Last month, his administration released an action plan to strengthen the country's trucking workforce. It includes reducing some of the barriers to drivers getting their CDL, and efforts to get more younger people into the driver's seat, like a 90-day challenge to speed up the expansion of registered apprenticeships, as well as a pilot program for 18 to 21-year-old drivers, pairing them with experienced mentors. Some companies, though, still have their concerns.
It's a long-term solution. It's not a quick fix by any means.
And according to a report in Time magazine, there are plenty of drivers out there with CDLs, but to some, trucking just is not desirable work, and there are concerns about working conditions. The Biden administration is working to address that as well with the Driving Good Jobs initiative. It includes listening sessions with drivers and others in the industry. It aims to investigate predatory truck leasing arrangements.